this, we're going to talk about gym talk.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the chaos that is ensuing in the fitness community. Fit talk, gym talk, women in the gym. Should they be allowed?
Of course. What do you mean?
Wow. Controversial.
Holy shit.
I say no. Women should not be allowed in the gym. They should be in the kitchen. Know your place, ladies. Okay.
I mean, that's also great too.
Yeah. Kitchen but not the gym. Okay.
We love women in the gym, man.
Yeah.
I really do.
I love women in the gym as well. I was just kidding. Okay. So let's see. You made this very fun. I think this meme is funny.
Yeah.
You made this funny ass meme. Let's take a look at this.
Filming something, and
You don't have to describe it, bro. It just speaks for itself.
I dumped water on my head.
This was a banger.
Yeah.
This is very funny. So that's your takeaway. That's your takeaway about like the gym talk drama. For those of you who don't know, if you're like, I have a life, what the fuck is gym talk drama? I don't know what the fuck's going on, Hasan. I covered this before. It's on my YouTube as well, I believe. Where is it? Should you approach girls at the gym? I talked about this before 3 days ago. If you want to go watch that, you can get a better understanding of what my assessment is. But it all basically came after, like, this has been an ongoing issue for women in the gym in general, like men being creepy, women in most places, let's be real. But recently it became mainstream concern after Joey Swole made a YouTube video about, or made a TikTok, sorry.
TikTok, yeah.
Let's find the TikTok real quick. Okay. He has since then, because this is like, a banger, he's made a bunch of them. And I think
well, his content's been like this for a while now.
I know, but it's like, come on, Joey. Like, I want to believe that he's like a kind-hearted individual who wants everyone to go to the gym. But like, I can't help but notice that, like, you're cutting a lot of content and maybe even looking for people who aren't even like calling people out. Cause like some of his videos, he's like calling someone out. Someone out that is like wasn't even calling anyone else out. So here's where it starts. He's milking it a little bit. Okay. So let's see. This is the original video that came out.
Was at the gym.
She says this is how to not approach girls at the gym, right? Which kind of is like, if it just stayed at that, like, because this was not a successful interaction.
Maybe.
I think people would probably take still a very negative approach to it and be like, "Fuck you," like, this is bad, you're wrong, because a lot of people did. But she took it way further.
I hate this. I hate when there's sweeters. It makes me so uncomfortable.
Like,
my man is dude. Look at him flexing his tricep on that fucking. Bad. What are you doing, dog? You stretch it on there?
What is that?
That's
Is it a hyper?
I think 45? I think he's doing like hyper extensions or something.
Feral, like fucking feral.
Or no, maybe it's one of those. I saw these at this other gym that I went to. It's like a leg stretching machine, but I think you can do hyper extensions on it. It's a little low though for a hyper extension.
Yeah, it is a hyper extension.
Yeah.
5 pounds.
So he's like, he notices it.
Yeah.
Okay. He notices it, and he sees her doing fucking hip thrusts.
Yep.
Hip thrusts. Says, why is he walking over? He's walking over because he thinks he's rizzed up.
Yeah, he's coming with the riz. He's trying.
He thinks he's about to open up and they're gonna live happily ever after. You know what I mean? He thinks like in his mind he's running the fucking our grandchildren. I'm gonna tell them about this. They're gonna be swole as fuck too.
Just
Excuse me?
he
You
didn't
don't
have to do that
It's
part.
okay.
That's fair.
No, it's
He didn't
okay.
have to
I
do
got
that.
it. Thank you, though.
But this is
So
crazy.
then it goes 0 to 100 where she's like, what if I just ripped his pee-pee out of its socket so he can never reproduce again? This is why I don't want kids. Natural selection better take these weirdos out. He's going to jail for staring at an underage 21-year-old, which is fucking an insane thing to say.
What does that mean?
It's like she is infantilizing herself, claiming that she looks like a child because she's petite. I thought that was a wild thing to say. I thought that was definitely joking. Turns out, first and foremost, she wasn't fucking joking. She replied to someone saying she's actually really short, and therefore she looks underage.
Yo,
so no, she's not fucking joking about that, which I thought she was joking too because I was being charitable. No, it's just like she said she's 4'11", so she looks like a child. Anyway, so this part was like insane, right?
Yeah.
She went overtime. She went overboard on this, and this is now. And then Joey Swole made a video about it. Okay, I'm not even gonna get to the Joey Swole thing, but ultimately, like I talked about this extensively, where he shouldn't have grabbed her weights. He should not have done that. And I'm a radical centrist on this issue, where like it is genuinely a problem for a lot of women in the gyms, where they feel as though men are like coming up to them, and men are coming up to them and being fucking creepy, just as it is in like a lot of other interactions that women have. Okay, yes, I am a radical centrist on this issue. You know, hit the 5 heads in the chat all you want. Okay, so they're just making fun of me. We like to make fun of centrists in here. We're just like, oh yeah, I'm so intellectual. So anyway, some men are creepy. This guy might be creepy in other interactions. This interaction
Was
in and of
not.
itself,
Yeah.
this interaction in and of itself was like the bottom of the barrel. Like, you are trying to make it a larger issue by pointing out a serious thing that happens all the fucking time,
Yeah.
right? When this interaction itself is one that like most people would say is totally normal. He immediately backed away. He like came over. He should have never grabbed the weights.
Fair.
We agree on that. But he immediately backed away. And when you're in public, there are going to be instances where like, given the nature of interpersonal relationships, dynamics, there are going to be instances where like it just doesn't work out well for you. You know what I mean? And normally in the past, that shit would just like, you'd be punished for a bad interaction like that on your own. You would think about that for the rest of the fucking week, where you'd be like, oh my God.
Yeah, man, this is
Remember that
tough.
time when that girl just turned me down? It was so fucking sad, right? Without that turning into like, where is this guy's address? We need to find his home, and we
Yeah.
need to find his place of work
It was
so
just
we can get him
unnecessary.
fired.
So unnecessary, man. Like, it didn't have to go this far. Like, I understand for sure that there's times when women feel uncomfortable, absolutely, in gym, but like at the same time, like, men are gonna try to approach you. He was really calm about it. It wasn't anything strange, but she made it something because she wanted a reaction. It seemed she did this for TikTok. That's the joke behind the thing that I did, was like, yo, it's like people kind of reach for attention, where it's like, where is it necessary?
And there are like other instances of this where like there are seriously, legitimately awful interactions that like other fit influencers have encountered.
Yeah.
We've covered that on the stream. One of the ones that immediately comes to mind is the one where she's on the leg press, where a dude comes up and he's like, I'm married, but like, you're fucking hot. Like, can we fuck? You know what I mean? And that shit's like insane. Like, that is an insane thing. That's like legitimate harassment. This is just like a normal interaction that will happen in the wild. And I feel like the way we perceive it on both sides of this fucking conversation is insane, because like Joey Swole basically said like this guy had no ill intention, or like he was not trying to flirt with her at all. It's totally normal to like look over, which I do think it's normal to look over, okay? And his approach was actually honest, because she was having a hard time, you know, lifting the weight. No, that's bullshit. Let's be real. Let's be honest and call it what it is. I personally think in that circumstance, he wanted to go over there and like establish contact, because he thought that there was an attractive woman hip thrusting in front of him, and he wanted to talk to her. It didn't work out, and that's precisely what he did. He walked away and he left. That's it.
Yeah. I think it's fine, man.
It's like
not all this other shit.
Not every awkward interaction that you have needs to be psychoanalyzed to the degree that it does on TikTok, where people will then turn around and fucking, create. Oops, this is the other negative aspect of this desk. Sometimes I hit it if I'm like over here. You always say no jokes when making misogynistic jokes, and it gets a little offensive, but if she says she's going to tear her pee-pee off, you take it seriously. I know she's joking. I understand that. My point is that like she wasn't joking about the underage 21-year-old thing. I didn't talk about the tear her pee-pee off thing as like a joke, or whether or not it's like it's serious. I don't think she actually wants to rip his dick out. Okay.
Yeah. You're saying she came back and she defended the point about her underage 21-year-old thing.
Yes,
That, like,
she
I'm
did.
small, and that's why I said this.
Which, by the way, I don't even know if she's like a bad person or not. Apparently, a lot of this chat, however, immediately rushes to defend her when she does not defend herself and has apologized for this. Anyway, but the other part about this is that I think Joey Swole is wrong to say, like, this guy's just being earnest and trying to help people out in the gym.
He was trying to hit on her.
Yes, he was.
Sure.
But that's fine. Like, it sometimes happens, and as long as you literally fucking see it as like an awkward interaction, not everything has to be intensely psychoanalyzed and then play into the genuine gender dynamics that you see play itself out. She apologized though, so it's all good. No, it's incredible. I'm glad that she did. Can someone send me her twit longer? That's awesome. You rarely ever get that. You rarely ever get it.
It's just going crazy, man. That's why obviously like people were like, they love that bit because it's like, I think becoming way more popular for people to film shit and like get, like they're doing it to get reaction.
What is this? Is this a TikTok? This is a photo app. Anyway.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like people are doing it on purpose.
Yeah, my gross mistake, addressing the gym video. A lot of my content is lighthearted and humorous, but I want to start out by saying this is the most serious thing I've ever posted. First of all, I want to apologize sincerely to the man at the gym where this all started. He didn't do anything wrong to me, and I blew our interaction out of proportion. I know many people think that I'm only apologizing because I got called out from the video I posted, and it's half right. If I wasn't called out for this video, I wouldn't have had the chance to learn from this mistake or even realize I made a mistake to begin with. When I first posted the video, I felt I was completely in the right. I felt I was making a good attempt to connect and relate to my female audience who may have dealt with uncomfortable situations at the gym. And now after reading literally thousands of comments about me, the situation and the man in question, it truly opened my eyes to how damaging this could have been for him. Men and women deal with different problems in the realm of opposite sex. After looking through the lens of an innocent man put in a situation like that, it honestly made me feel sick to my stomach with guilt. She seems like a fucking like a valid, legit person.
Really
like
solid.
it's just like super sincere, which you rarely ever fucking get. And by the way, she wrote this, and I need you to understand something, in a barrage of like also psychotic counters to what she was saying by people who were like, she has an OnlyFans, she deserves to be predated upon. Like, that's bullshit. I don't think that that's the case. Just because someone has an OnlyFans doesn't mean you can like fuck them. You know what I mean? Like, if they don't want you to fuck them, or just because someone has an OnlyFans, that doesn't mean you can like go out of your way to like make them feel uncomfortable. Not saying that the original guy was doing that, by the way, but a lot of people were absolutely saying the most unhinged, insane shit on the timeline, and it was totally fucking insane, which kind of like made the overarching perspective of like women in the gym to be valid, because it is valid. The problem that she was addressing is valid. It's just that she was addressing it in the worst way possible because it was an interaction that did not meet the metric of like inadequate behavior.
Yeah.
It's just
like
awkward.
It was reaching, but she did own up to the shit straight up.
Yeah.
I mean, that's as good as you can do it.
Before writing this, I was posting whatever made me feel justified for the video, which was wrong on my part, and I'm extremely immature for doing so and trying to make light of a situation. This was a lot more serious, should be taken that way. I've suffered from sexual assault, sexual harassment prior to the situation, which is something I addressed on the pod as well. I said, remember, like, because women do get fucking, approached at the gym in really, really creepy ways and all around in their lives, that like they sometimes will think like understandably that someone is out to get them when that person is not, or like it's a normal interaction. So she's literally owning up to that, which I respect. After speaking with friends that were honest with me, I was able to keep an open and understanding mind. It took literally thousands of people displaying their distaste for the way that I acted for me to realize this in full effect. Because the man at the gym did nothing damaging to me, I still felt threatened in the situation. I reacted by trying to cope with it probably in the worst way possible. My past isn't an excuse or justification for what I did, because I don't want to. She didn't even need to go this far.
Did a PR team write this?
She
didn't
even,
like really good.
I think it's important to call out people on their mistakes. In the words of Joey, help them do better. This is exactly what I plan to do just with my content going forward. I don't even think she had to go this far, to be honest.
Crazy, dude.
She could have just been like, I'm
essay.
sorry. I'm sorry for like going overboard, you know?
She crushed this fucking apology though. Like,
look, this is the least charitable interpretation to fucking understand the situation. You said y'all literally forced a girl to apologize for having past sexual assault trauma.
What the fuck?
Listen. You say it's normal interaction, but there's zero reason to approach anyone at the gym. That's not true.
Bro, I'd have no one that I've ever dated if I didn't approach.
Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this?
Who is this person?
This is how hypersensitive some people are in my community. I call them out regularly. Shit. Like, you're literally thinking that your interactions and your own expectation is one that like everyone needs to abide by in a public space. Okay?
Why would you have to approach me? That's okay. It's just like,
because
what the fuck?
Because, okay, a lot
That's
of
a real
people,
person.
yes, a lot of people in an increasingly isolated, alienated world that we live in genuinely and legitimately think two different things. One, my own safe space is what everyone needs to abide by in a public sphere, and everyone needs to conduct themselves in the way that I expect them to, okay? And two, human beings are literally fundamentally not a social animal, which is wrong. Human beings are fundamentally social beings. It's not just the gym. It's every space that you're in. Stop dogpiling on this person, chat. Okay, this is an educational moment. Everybody calm the fuck down. Okay?
Damn, I really respect
every public space. It's not fine at a bar where that's the vibe. Every public space that you go to, you are going to potentially, you're putting yourself out there where you potentially might be approached. As long as the people are respectful and abide by certain standards where they don't violate your personal space, where they don't actually fucking come in. And I said that the thing that he did wrong in that altercation or in that interaction, it's not even an altercation, was that he picked up our weights. He, looking from afar, okay, or even trying to establish social contact, sometimes might be valid, sometimes might work, sometimes it might not, okay? It's a case-by-case basis. But to make like black and white rules around social interaction in a public space is insane. Yeah, it's especially when those black and white rules are ones that like are your own personal rules that you have set that other people don't know.
That's
okay. Do you get it? Now,
I got to dip now.
Oh, you have to leave?
Yeah, because I got to be that one. But bro, I honestly, I want you guys to know this is dope how you do this. And how
I do this every day. This is what I do every day. Most people don't understand it. They think I'm like a one-sided.
No, this is amazing.
I don't see nuance in conversations.
This makes a lot more sense to me why you have so much success. I mean, it's you. Not that you don't work hard or anything, but bro, it's very objective. Like,
yeah,
cool as fuck. I really appreciate you having me on, for real.
Oh, no problem, dude. And the podcast is gonna be great. All right, I'm gonna unlock the gate for you so you can get out.
Okay.
And
thank you, chat. I love you guys. Sorry I had to dip fast. I apologize.
Yeah, we'll continue this conversation.
You gotta come to the gym someday.
Absolutely, I'm down. It's so far, but like I'm definitely down. All right. Okay. All right, hold on one second, chat. I'll be back in a brief moment, okay? Here, I'll play the rest of this video out. Well, not this one. Oh, the other video was so funny, but I guess we're not going to be able to look at it together. I'll play this Joey Swole video in its entirety for you guys to understand, and I'm going to let them out real quick, and then we'll look at the twit longer as well. And then I'll give you guys a One Piece update. Hold on.
See what I mean? All right, here we go.
I just want to share my perspective on this video. If you guys want to watch the full thing, you can go over to her page. First and foremost, as I've said before, there is a big difference between staring at somebody and simply looking or glancing at them. So why did this man look at you? Well, you're in front of him off to the side, you're in his peripheral. You're also taking a video with your camera pointed directly at him, and you're talking to yourself. He's probably watching you wondering, what is she doing? I know I would. Also, you talk about, why would this man come over and help me load my plates? Well, if you watch the video, he sees that you struggle putting plates on the other side. Now, any experienced lifter out there knows when you have a barbell on the ground, if you're doing hip thrusts, if you're doing deadlifts, it's very difficult to put plates on. There's actually a jack they make for you to be able to lift up the barbell so you can put the plates on. He sees that you struggled being an experienced lifter, and he comes over to try and help you because that's what kind people do. Any experienced lifter out there knows what I'm talking about. And I saw the comment where you guys talk about this was a man trying to help out a woman because a man would never help a man. That's not true. This is not misogynist. I've been in the gym for 20 years. I can't tell you how many times I've helped men and women load plates, take plates off, put weights back. It has nothing to do with sex or gender. You help people because it's...
Okay, wake up, chat. Bradley's back. He wanted to stay on.
Yeah.
He said, fuck the other pod. We're staying on, baby.
Let's do it.
We're talking about working out. We're talking about gender dynamics. We're talking about fit talk drama. Let's go, dude. Let's freaking go. That's right. Full gear, full speed ahead, Captain.
Full gear.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. So, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, here. This is the Joey Swole video. I don't agree. I think Joey Swole may have honest intentions in like trying to make the gym like a safe environment and stuff like that. But I think that like this video and his reaction to her, even though she's in the wrong, I think is incorrect because of like the immediate assumption that like that guy was like not interested in her in that way at all, and it was just simply to like help her out. Like, no, come on. I think we should be honest about it. You know what I mean? The gym is a social space. It's a social environment, and I think people need to be completely completely honest about that. The reality. Man, I love you and your takes, but this ain't it. I understand where you're getting at, but gym is not Tinder and people don't go to be hit on or approached at. It's also a place where a lot of sexualization happens, so it's very valid to be uncomfortable. But I'm not saying it's not valid to be uncomfortable. I'm saying it is totally valid to be uncomfortable. Okay? I'm just simply stating that like launching a random dude into orbit when they're not actually fucking like, predating you is the inappropriate aspect of this reaction. Yeah. So you're I guess being uncharitable for some weird reason, but like filming that and then turning around and acting like this person was like literally a predator when she herself recognizes that like it did not meet that standard is silly. Okay? And no, it's not Tinder. The gym is not Tinder or whatever, sure, but it's still a public space, and in public spaces there's always going to be people that approach you, people that want to talk, as long as they are abiding by a certain set of standards, which he still ended up violating, like violating someone's personal space or taking their weights when they're, working out. In that circumstance is not the right approach. You should not have done that. Okay. I do admit that. The main problem I have with what she did though is take that and turn it into something that is an all too common experience for women in the gym about feeling uncomfortable and feeling like someone is just like creeping them out and being persistent and being fucking annoying. Yeah. Do you get it?
I think it's important to mention, like, dude, I wouldn't have dated anyone if it wasn't for the gym. Like, I've met all the people that I've ever dated through the gym. So it's like,
this is a funny thing. Anyone who speaks outside of a Discord server should go to prison. Exactly. Bro, no, he's joking.
Yeah, no, of course. That's the point, though. It's just like it's to say like you can't do this here or there. Like, there's obviously ways that you're gonna make someone feel fucking uncomfortable. Avoid that. The problem is, I think people don't understand that level, like within themselves. Like, are they gonna make someone uncomfortable or not? So it's like the question we should like start talking about is like, how could you actually approach a woman in the gym and what's the best way to do it?
Yeah.
And I think it's like,
or even like if you can, here's the thing. Okay. It's Riz, right?
Yeah.
Some people don't want to be approached. And here's the reality. They show you with their body language, right? And if you can't tell through body language whether someone is like interested in talking to you or not, then just don't do it. That's my take always. Or it's like my consent conversation. A lot of people are capable of reading body language to understand like little markers of whether or not someone is interested in them. But it is a treacherous space, is a treacherous sea to navigate. And a lot of people, especially on Twitch, okay, let's be real. If you're on Twitch, there's a likelihood that you're not the best at reading social cues, okay? Then always ask for consent. Like always. That's it. And if you can't read a body language that well, then don't approach people like that.
Yeah, that's fair. It's really just knowing, man. But
yeah.
To say you can never do it is, wild.
But she also didn't reserve that reaction. Like the reaction to her publicly was so fucking psychotic. That's just misogyny coming back full circle. I agree. I think people went fucking insane. I admitted that too. That's why I said there's no good in this story. Because this is all, the only good that's come out of the story is this person like literally being open, honest, and earnest. I really respect her for this. Especially in a lot of instances, like most people just double down and like fully go into like gender wars on TikTok. It's like the shit that pops off the most. You know what I mean? Like the top of the hour ad break, which pops off at the top of the hour, unless you are subscribed for $5 or for free. That's right. Oh, this is a fun part of the broadcast here. Wait. I serve a top of the hour ad break at the top of every hour for 3 minute, and then 1 minute ad break at the middle of the hour. But that's a secret one. I don't segue
What
it.
are they saying out of 10?
Now they rate the segue, on whether or not they were baited and they were not expecting it.
Yeah.
And if it was like super unexpected, they give it a 9.5 out of 10.
Oh,
if it was expected, they give it a lower score. You know, and then we have a bot in the chat that tabulates the results.
Oh my God. This
and
is
then
cool.
spits out the average in a second. You'll see it. But anyway, Sakura Gore, thank you for the 5. Get the subs, allowing 5 people to no longer see the ads. Here's the 3-minute ad break now. Okay.
This is funny, man.
Yeah. She admitted what she did wrong, apologized for that, and stood her ground on what she didn't do wrong and against the incels bombarding her. Why can't everyone on the internet do this? Because there's no value to it, which is why I think this is relatively selfless to just like openly admit your mistakes. The value is fully fucking planting your feet firmly on the ground and saying, I did nothing wrong. Everyone that's opposing me are fucking psychotic incels, which there is literally validity to because a lot of people who were opposing her were psychotic incels. Let's be real. You know what I mean? But that doesn't mean that there wasn't a legitimate criticism to what she had done, which she recognizes, and yet people in this chat still don't. Okay? Kissy Wissy, thank you for the 5. Get the subs. So yeah, and I'm sure people that are like replying to her, people are entitled to approach others at the gym, but the person being approached also is just as entitled to shut them down. The key is remaining respectful always. Yeah. And she did. She respectfully shut him down. He respectfully backed away immediately.
But she just made a crazy ass.
It's just the TikTok element is the part that was wrong, and she recognizes that. It's especially because like, it's especially interesting because like this is a very real thing. Oh, this got a 7.64 out of 10. Not the best. Not my best, I'll admit.
That means they didn't see it coming, or they did see it coming.
That just means that some people are just fucking bent and they just decided to give me a low score because they're pissed off. Or maybe it's because I serve them so much goodness at the top of the hour that they're used to exceptional.
Well, if they don't want it, they have to subscribe, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, there you go. Problem solved.
She was 100% respectful in the interaction, but she let her shower thoughts win and blasted that shit on TikTok. Yeah.
Shower thoughts?
Yeah,
That
shower
was
thoughts.
funny.
You've never
No,
you never
I've
had
never
shower
heard that.
thoughts?
No,
You've
what
never
the
heard
fuck
that
is-
before?
No.
Wait,
I know I
talk
have.
about it. I talk about it all the time. It's like when you have an altercation or an interaction, you're like, "Fuck, man, I could have."
Oh my God, that's what it is?
that could have gone down so much better. You shadow boxing in the shower.
Yo!
Yeah,
Oh, shit, that's funny.
yeah. Bradley, of course.
Oh, my God.
When you're 260 pounds, 12% body fat, you don't know what shower thoughts are because you're not on fucking Reddit all the time. Instead, you're in the gym putting up mountains of fucking weight. Okay.
Yeah, I've never heard of that. That's funny as fuck.
He
but
is
I
like,
get it, though.
as a human being, Bradley Martin is like perhaps the exact opposite of many of you that spend most of your time indoors talking about how like the only time you should socially interact with people are through Discord kittens. Okay. Anyway, I think it's a great example of an interaction that feels normal to men but threatening to women, but that guy did not deserve to be put on blast. Yes. I recognize that, which is why you need to be like super careful when you're approaching people in public regardless. But that carefulness should not come from potentially like being blasted without even realizing on TikTok to millions of people who are then going to take it an extra step further like West Elm Caleb and like try to find your fucking home address or some shit. Okay? Anyway, so yeah, I think we recognize what happened here. She recognizes it. I really value that what she did, but I also want to prove that this isn't a publicity stunt or a way to farm clicks. So I feel like this is the best way to express what I'm going to do move forward. So I'm deciding to remove the videos off all my platforms because I don't want the misconception. People think this might be me hiding the video or sweeping it under the rug, but the text isn't going anywhere. I eventually decided there's no real combinations of words I could put together to gain the trust of my community. With my 600,000 followers on TikTok as an influencer, I hold a lot of responsibility to use my platform in a way that spreads love and happiness, which I did the exact opposite of that. I'm sorry for the men and women who have to deal with and dealt with false/true allegations of sexual assault, sexual harassment. And if I made their situation feel belittled by mine, I apologize to my fans who supported me. I hope that like incels don't fucking see this as an opportunity to just like go overboard on every social interaction, especially ones that like deserve someone being blasted on the timeline. Because like there are instances where, I mean, but they will. There's no way to stop them. Let's be real.
Yeah, it's just,
They're just fucking insane, which is ironic because like they also never go to the gym. So like half the time these motherfucking incels that are like in the comments of these people, it's not like they're fucking hitting the weights. You know what I mean?
Toxic,
they're doing the toxicity for the sake of being toxic. That's what it is for the most part, you know? Anyway.
Very internet.
Yeah. How are you going to hate from outside the club? Exactly. You could get in, but you are terrified. So anyway, yeah, this is great. This is funny. I like this. I like her perspective. Moms for Hasan. Thank you for the 10 gifted subs. You can't stop them. You're doing the work that's important here, which are correctly identifying the nuance of the situation. Yeah, Twitch viewers need to hear this for sure, because they also inevitably play a role in the gender wars that happen on TikTok every goddamn week, which is so fucking annoying.
The internet just become this like everyone attacks each other thing.
Well,
really fucking annoying.
Yeah, and I think it also, all of our worst behavior gets celebrated and rewarded on social media. So you then have this like weird value ascribed to it, where you have the worst behavior being reinforced. So then you keep doing it because you're like, well, I'm hitting the button and I'm getting the immediate reward for it, and maybe even financial compensation for it. I'm getting clout, I'm getting more prominence, so I'm gonna keep hitting that over and over and over again.
That's fucking insane.
So yeah. I think it's annoying. Anyway, she handled this with grace though. But of course this is turned into a situation, as is every fucking situation on TikTok, where like people literally are either filming themselves with the hope that like they can catch someone even like staring at them, or filming themselves, catching someone that was staring at them, making a joke about it, not being super serious, and then having guys like Joey Swole turn around and be like, what the fuck? Why did you get mad at that man? He didn't do anything. It's like, well, she wasn't even saying that he was doing anything. You know what I mean? It was just
all just around getting fucking views.
Exactly. And that's precisely what's going on. And if you truly care about the gym, if you truly care about fitness, and you love that, and you think that that's a beautiful space that needs to be preserved, that needs to be defended, then don't fucking destroy it by... don't destroy it with your interest in like gaining clout. You know, it sucks. It sucks. You know, it's just fucking annoying. No gym before marriage. Exactly. Gym Sharia is what we need to do. Motherfuckers talking about gyms like national parks. Yes, it is. It is like national park, except you can't get fucking swole at a goddamn national park. Okay. Unless you're like, I guess, running away from mountain lions or some shit.
Or some shit. You could be like stone throws. Yeah.
I do think we should be nationalizing gyms. I am absolutely on board with that.
Nationalizing gyms?
Yeah. I just saw a tripod at the gym and I realized I looked dead into the camera. It was nice knowing y'all.
Yeah, it's like the meme I did.
Yeah. Exactly. It's done. It's over, bro. You're fucking done. You're done, dude. God forbid. If someone is in your vicinity with a fucking phone camera at the gym, you don't know. Maybe there's a lady behind it, you know, you don't know. You see a phone, you run away, okay? That's the best rule of thumb. You see a fucking camera in the gym, just immediately evacuate the vicinity. It's like, wee-woo. It's like a lunk alarm, you know? Just run away. You might get accidentally, if you got a lazy eye, bro, you're fucked, okay? Yeah, you got a fucking lazy eye at the gym? Oh, brother, you are so cooked, dude.
Screwed.
What if you accidentally looked in the vicinity of a camera? You're fucking dead. They're coming after you. They're going to kill you.
Lock you up, throw you away.
Don't do cardio. I don't do cardio. Yeah, don't do cardio. Don't even go to the gym. Don't do it. Fuck it. Yeah, I'm telling you, dude.
Just give up, man. Fuck.
Yeah, what if you're blind? Still, if maybe you looked in the vicinity, you didn't even realize that, you were looking at a camera. You're fucking done. Okay? So, it's just silly. Yeah, it's just fucking dumb but people are already making fun of it. So I think like we're in the last era of the content cycle where someone takes a serious issue, makes it like goes overboard. Other people then go overboard in the other direction where they're like hypercritical of it, and then people start making jokes about it like you did.
Yeah.
So
we're definitely there.
That's where we're at now. People are gonna start making jokes about it. So yeah.
That's interesting. That's a really accurate assessment of how things go.
Yeah, it's just like and the media cycle basically created this process, and now it's just now it's getting faster and faster. At a certain point, I think like maybe in 2030, it's going to be like in the morning, someone has like this issue that everyone has to talk about, and then by nighttime, it's like it's gone. We've moved on to the next issue.
Joke by evening, gone by night.
Yeah,
Damn.
exactly.
Fucking crazy.